Hey friends and family, this is how I make up my pupper food. Food for the pups. I take one of those frozen chubs of the ground turkey from Walmart. This is less than $2 for this ground turkey. And I render it out, I cook it down, and really it doesn't ever have that much fat that comes out of it, so it's pretty lean. This is definitely human grade food. Get done with this little recipe, you could eat it yourself. But I mean, I just make it up for the dogs, and this batch is going to last 4 or 5 days in the fridge. You probably don't want to go a whole lot longer than that. And we feed them about a cup apiece, about a cup each. They can have this in addition to a little bit of kibble. But yeah, that's the first step. Brown that off. Step 2, you're going to take a couple of big carrots and chop them up. If you don't have carrots, you can always use sweet potato. Either or. I don't like to put too much. You could even use leftover, like if you have potatoes or something that need to be used. Don't ever want to use onions. That's not good for them. Don't ever want to give them garlic. That's not good for them. But, I will put a little bit of salt seasoning in there. Just a little. Dogs don't need that much sodium, but yeah, so that's what I do. And then I've got some Brussels sprouts to go in there with them today. So I kind of just give them, the base of the turkey with whatever vegetables or potatoes I might have on hand. So we do it that way. So I got them in there. We're going to let all that cook down and let that turkey continue to render out. And I'm going to add a little bit of water into this, and then we're going to put a few more things in, and I just put it on the back burner and let it simmer till all those vegetables cook through. All right, so I'm going to add a little bit of water. Now that the turkey's rendered down pretty good. That was a little hot water I put in there. I have some Nooch. This is nutritional yeast. This is actually some older yeast I have here, and yeah, I needed to use this up. So Nooch adds a nice cheesy flavor to it, and it's also got really rich in B vitamins. So they ought to enjoy that flavor a lot. I've been just using up what I had here. I've also got a little bit of quinoa, a little older quinoa. I like to put some sort of grain into my dog food. So they'll either get like brown rice or quinoa or oatmeal or something like that, just to kind of round it out. Quinoa, of course, is really high in protein. So it's a good grain. I actually think I'm going to add a little more water because that might expand a bit. Maybe just a cup. Here we go. All right, and then the last thing that we add is unflavored gelatin packet. I got that from Walmart. A little 4-pack of unflavored gelatin. It doesn't cost that much. And I'm going to add that in there. All right, it's all combined. I'm going to put it on the back burner. And I'm just going to cover it. I'm going to let it simmer down. All those vegetables cook through. Then the only thing you have to do is let it cool down, and you can put it in a Tupperware, put it in the fridge. And it should be good to go. That should feed them wet food for, a good 5 days. All right, it's cooled down. We've had it in the fridge for a while. This is what it looks like as it's done. And, well, it hasn't quite set up yet. It's not quite cool enough, but that gelatin helps it be kind of stiff like regular canned dog food. And it gives it a little extra protein and collagen, of course. But, I give the pups a pretty good scoop or two of this stuff for their wet food. And as you can see, they're waiting patiently for it. They like it.